Hi, how are you doing today? Everybody okay? All right. Today I want to talk to you about this image. And this image for me is kind of this deer that is staring down the headlights of a car, which now is you, rushing down towards it. And it's basically stuck in the indecision mode, freezed basically. And this comes from a concept that we call freeze, fight, or flight, or fright, freeze, or flight, in any which way. And basically what I wanted to talk to you about today is that while this is a biological response in response to how, if you are attacked, you can also reverse it a bit into what you do as a choice when you are frozen, when you are stuck in indecisive mode, stuck in what am I going to do? Am I going to fight? Or perhaps am I going to flight? The reason why is that because, well, we youngsters, we get a lot of response sometimes from people more advanced in age, that they say, well, these youngsters of nowadays, they don't know how to protest and they don't know how to get active and in the community and these kind of things. And I'm not sure if that's correct or not. It's not for me to judge. Based on the number of youngsters I see here today, I actually like to think that we are active and that we are choosing to participate in dilemmas that is happening around us, and I like to see that. But perhaps there are some also, not here, but watching later from the video stream, that can use a little bit of motivation to become perhaps a bit more active in these kind of things. And so what I basically would like to do today is to see if I can get a response from either you or the audience back home, to see if you can either choose to fight or to flight. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to do today. Fight or flight for me also has another reason. It also has another background. You can also see the fight or flight response in a more terrible way, in the way that we see Syria today or other areas where there's war going on and where you basically do not have a choice. You are going to flee the scene. And if you're going to fight, okay, you're probably not going to live to see it a year ahead. So these are for me also fight or flight responses, and that I say, okay, what's up with these kind of things? But we even don't have to go that far ahead. There's also some fighting going on, or perhaps some fleeing going on much closer to home. When you look at a single mother with a young child, she's fleeing for the bills that she's gonna get. She already knows that next year the healthcare cost is going to increase, and there are problems going on in her world, and she's fighting, but sometimes she also has to flee these kind of things. Okay, so why am I basically talking to you about this? And it's a bit of a selfish reason, I have to take that into account. The reason is that I think that the people I just described, they might be able to use a bit of help from those around them that are considering of becoming active, that are basically stuck in an indecision mode at this time, saying, yeah, I know there are problems around me, but they're so far away, they're so huge, I don't know if I can help and how I can help. And basically, looking at this audience, this is an active audience, and I like to see that way. But sometimes these problems are so big that you don't know how to help or don't know how to engage it. And I want to give you a tool for that, actually, a way which is fun, and you can also learn how to get engaged in that. And that's an event that I am co-organizing on behalf of the National Red Cross, the Dutch Red Cross. And that has a theme, of course, also of fight or flight, which is much more related to of course, also the refugee crisis that the Red Cross is active in, but also different kind of areas. What we've done is we try to show that the Red Cross is not just about old people placing bandages at the Vierdaagse, the Nijmeegse Vierdaagse. The Red Cross is much more than that, and Red Cross has a lot to offer also to the youngsters around us. And it will give you at least a conversation of seeing what you can do, but we also like to share the stories of what happens when you do it and what happens to the people that are experiencing these fight and flight. And that's why we have decided to organize RedX, which is a spin-off of course, TED. And on the 26th of November in Utrecht, we're going to host this national session. And actually today is the first day that we're announcing the theme, because it's not yet known. So congratulations, you are the first that know the theme. It's fight or flight. And if you are stuck a bit in indecisive mode, if you are still a bit frozen by the headlights rushing onto you, perhaps this is a good place to start. And come and visit and see if you can either see if you want to help out or not. That's up to you. Thank you.